Come and take a walk with me. But put on your traveling shoes so we can stroll down the history lane of my St. Louis blues, where I was born during the mid-60s, when black love was strong. Black love was real. Now, this was just like right at 2 years before Dr. King was killed. So growing up, yeah, I was listening to Marvin Gaye, yeah, because I wanted to know what was going on. But then I heard Dr. Angelo explain to me how this cage bird would sing a song. But yeah, man, they were still lynching us. And we were rioting in the streets and fighting for the same liberties that we should have had back in 1863. And that's why it bothers me so much when folks say, Dawn, you ain't never been no slave. And things would be so much better if y'all black folk would just behave. I mean, Dawn, you graduated from a private college. Y'all driving nice cars and buying fancy homes. So why don't you just stop and leave all this racist talk alone? But come and take a walk with me. But first, put my shoes on your feet. Then try to just stroll by that black boy over there that stole that cigar, just laying dead in the street. Spend one night in my shoes, and I think you will see things as you should see. Because while some of y'all live in y'all nice communities, I stroll through the hood and we still dealing with police brutality every day. And a systematic exclusion. An economic opportunity for most of my folk, yeah, that's still just an illusion. So come on, let's keep walking. We're gonna keep right down the line. See, because when you dropped your physical chains, that's when you changed my mind into thinking that I was inferior, right? And that you should just always be on top. But folk know if it wasn't for the backs of my slave ancestors, you wouldn't have half the shit you got. Yes, you worship all my music. And you bow down to me in sport. But then I turned and did the math that took your ass to the moon, and you still say black girls ain't smart. Come on, let's keep walking. But you let this everything you got, you raped, you pillaged, and you stole. And so the next time you need a reminder of the world that most black folks see, you pull off them rose-colored glasses and take a walk with me. I am a poet named Dawn Michelle. The poem that I share, even though it's dated, and as I go through my collection and look at the poems, they're dated, but they're still very relevant. Because everything that was happening when I wrote these poems is still happening today. I was checking out the news a couple of weeks ago. And I saw that those 5 police officers in Memphis were acquitted of the murder of Tyree Nichols. And it immediately reminded me of a poem that I wrote. It's actually been 10 years now, because in the original poem, my son was 22, and he just turned 32 years old. I call it A Black Mama's Prayer. Haven't I been crying because I simply don't know what else to do. I'm a mad black mama. I got one child. My son just turned 32, but they still shooting him down like it ain't nothing. So it's not hard for me to see that if not but for the grace of God, that mama would be me, standing at a podium with lights and cameras all in my face, because somebody has taken my child's life because of his color and because of his race. So, heaven, I'm confused. Please help me understand. Is this the ultimate goal you have for the plight of the black man? If so, then why even bother? And if so, then why should they even try? If we know by the age of 23 or 24, a whole lot of them gonna die. Not by natural causes, but by another's hand. With a badge and a gun and a fine blue suit. He is Mr. Policeman. Because they still leaving them dead on the concrete for selling Lucy cigarettes. And if you steal a cigar from a convenience store, a death sentence is what you get. And you can't play with toy guns in no park because they'll just straight run up and just murder you and then grab your little sister and throw her in the car and treat her like shit too. So heaven, I'm confused. Please help me understand. Is this the ultimate goal you have for the plight of the black man? How long we gotta suffer, Lord? Good Lord. How long we gotta wait? We praying and we marching. Just praying and we marching. What more is it gonna take for us to hear from heaven? For you to come fix this. To get your black man off the most endangered species list. So you see I'm crying. Because I'm trying to understand, is this the ultimate goal you have for the plight of the black man? I spent 23 years in Dallas, and during Obama's presidency, I came in from my fancy accounting job one day, threw my bag down, grabbed the remote control and turned on the TV, went into my room to recess, came back out, looking at the TV on one side, they got these signs and they marching and yelling. And the other side, well, Obama was in office, so you already know they was pissed, right? So I grabbed the remote and I cut it off. And I heard some phrases that I never heard in my life. One side was saying, Black Lives Matter. You know, I'm down with that. I'm like, yeah, Black Lives Matter. And then the other side said, all lives matter. And when I tell you I was frozen for just a second. And over the next couple of days, I mean, y'all know how I write. I'm up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm a conduit, right? And so my mind began to, the manuscript in my brain began to outline a series of events where all lives didn't matter at all. This is what we came up with. Since when did all lives matter? And exactly what day did that start? Because in 1619, y'all sent slave ships to tear my world apart. You bound me up with rope, with shackles, and in chains. You stripped my pride and my dignity, and then you stole my name. So when did all lives matter? Was it once I landed in the South to pick your cotton, then turn and feed my kids food that you threw out? But then I turned and I nursed your babies. Yes, sir, I cooked y'all chicken cakes and pie. But you are insulting my intelligence now by trying to spew these lies because I don't think all lives matter. No, because round about 1963, I was standing at a lunch counter and you sick your dogs on me. Remember? I was there because I was hungry and I had money in my hand. But you had predetermined that I was less than half a man. You didn't want me at your counter. You didn't want me in your classroom. And even if I had to pee real bad, you didn't even want me to use your bathroom. You killed your own kind. When they had any conversation about me being free, you killed President Abraham Lincoln, you killed John F. Kennedy. So when did All Lives Matter? And exactly what day did that start? Because y'all just tied James Byrd to a pickup truck, Jasper, Texas, and you ripped his face apart. This man's right side of his torso was severed at his head. Then you dumped him at the black cemetery, broken, beat, dead. So tell me when all lives matter. And what drugs do you use? Because you ain't listening to the media and you sure heard the news because Trayvon's life didn't matter. And y'all didn't give a damn about Philando Castile because you killed him right in the car with his baby and his baby mama sitting right there. Philando Castile. And Sandra Bland was in police custody when Sandra Bland got killed. So tell me when all lives matter. Go ahead. I'll wait. Because I'm open for discussion and I'm open for debate. And if that after the debate we decide that all lives do matter, then why don't we go ahead and pick a date? Any old date. But let's make it a national holiday so we all can celebrate. I've been on an emotional hiatus because life be lifing. You know what I mean? I had to take pretty much all of 2024 and boo-hoo and cry about my sisters going on to heaven. But, and they gave me that space and that time to do just that. But it's time for me to get back on the horse because we got work to do. Yeah. And when I think about everything that has happened from the time that I was last on stage until now, and I find where we are right now is just baffling to me, right? Because we've been here before and we should have learned from our first mistake with Felon 47. Um, but in this last election, 92% of all Black women told y'all, for everybody, just for the country as a whole, Kamala Harris would be a better win. But guess what? America ain't going to vote for no Black woman because a Black woman got black skin. And Kamala was a former attorney general, vice president, with a criminal of law degree, but arrogant and Black and female is all they chose to see. So instead, they knowingly represented a racist. And now all the Trumpsters are up in arms because they realize that DEI can take their job and jeopardize their phone. And what they got to deal with is what we've been trying to get them to see. That DEI does not just include brown and Black folk like me. Oh, no, 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 no. Mm-mm. See, DEI allowed the dumb white broad, not the smart one, I'm talking about the dumb white broad to go ahead and just suck her way to the top. Hello. That's so much a part of this American system that I doubt that's going to ever stop. See, but for me, personally and professionally, I've been trained a whole lot of white boys fresh out of college. They just got their accounting degree. We sit and we train for 6 months. You know they promote that joker over me. So don't tell me about your DEI. No, no, no. Now that your life has run amok. I can't speak for all 92, but I'm sure most of us don't give a I'm a poor named Dawn Michelle. I approve this message. I approve my last message. I approve my next message. Thank you for your time. God bless. And good night.